Hello and welcome to another video from Midas Touch Toys, Games and Collectibles. And today, well, we're breaking with tradition a little bit because we're looking at something that's not particularly old, but I just think these figures are absolutely out of this world, which is why I've decided to do this run of figures and for us to keep these figures in stock and market these figures to our customers. We are looking at a 2019 release by the rebranded or reformed Mego from their series of movie tie-in limited edition action figures. And these particular ones we're looking at today are from one of probably the greatest movie series of all time. We are looking at the Lord of the Rings figures, and we're looking at Aragon, and we are looking at Legolas. Okay, so Lord of the Rings is all based on the books by J.R.R. Tolkien, and there were three stories. The original was the Fellowship of the Rings, followed by the Two Towers, and then the Return of the King. And they chart the exploits of the Hobbit, Frodo Baggins, as he's on a quest to destroy the One Ring and defeat his maker, the Dark Lord Sauron. And he's being accompanied by Aragon and their crew. Now, Aragon is the heir in exile to the throne of Gondor, and he and Legolas, Gimli, Merry, Pippin, Boromir, and Gandalf unite to save the people of Middle-earth from the forces of Sauron, and they basically distract Sauron so that the ring can be destroyed. A little bit of trivia for you. The movie series, probably one of the most ambitious movie series ever filmed at the time. Total running time for the three films is 600 minutes, or just under 600 minutes, which is 6, 12, 18, 21, 30, which is about 10 hours altogether. And the budget for the three movies was $281 million, and the three films netted at the box office $2.964 billion. So just a little bit of a return there from the movie box office, I would say. Just a tad of profit, not a great deal, just a little bit. But anyway, let's not digress too much. These figures are based on those characters from the movie, and they are both limited edition figures, and these are the two that we are looking at in front of us today. And we have Aragon, and we have Legolas, or Legolas. Okay, so this is the front of the card, and it says The Lord of the Rings, and you can see an image of the ring just below that, and it says 18 action figure, 14 points of articulation. Official edition action figure with original detail and quality. Marty Abrams presents Mego, and you've got warning, choking hazard, small parts, not suitable for children under 3. Top right hand corner it says movies, and it's ages 8 and above. And on the actual bubble of the that's holding the figures in, it says Monty Abrams presents Mego, and their limited edition numbers. So Aragon is number 2035, and Legolas is 8399. Okay, so that is the front of the card. Before we have a look at the figures themselves, let's turn the card around to the back and let's have a look at what we got printed on the back of each card. Okay, so I've turned the cards round to the back, and apart from the images in the middle, the cards are identical. So let's just look at the Legolas one. Let's just bring that forward and let's just have a look at that. Because I say, apart from that, they're identical. Apart from the picture in the middle and the name, they're identical. So it says on the back here, Lord of the Rings, and you've got an image of Frodo, Gandalf, and walking somewhere through Middle-earth, and then bang in the middle you've got the image of Legolas, and as portrayed by Orlando Bloom in the movie series, and it says Marty Abrams presents Mego trivia. How many orcs does Legolas kill at Helm's Deep? And 42 or 43 it says on there, which is the answer. It says Marty Abrams, aka the father of the action figure, has released these figures in response to overwhelming demand. Mego, pronounced Mego Corp, was started by his father David Abrams in 1954 and named by his younger brother Howard, who would say Mego too. Howard later became head of sales for the company, Mego Corp, and they sold over 20 million of the now standard 8-inch action figure worldwide. And Mego Corporation is proud to take over that fine heritage today. And then at the bottom you've got a warning in the choke and hazards not suitable for children under 36 months and so on. You've got the UK distributors at the bottom there. New Line Cinema, copyright information, 2019 New Line Productions. And you've got Mego and Marty Abrams copyright information at the bottom there, and trademarks and logos and licensing information and so on. It's got with special thanks to consultant Dr. Mego, sculptor Andy Coralt, and seamstress Rachel Baker. It's item number 62850, and it's made in China, and you got the barcode there at the bottom there. Okay, so that is the back of the Legolas card, and if you look at the Aragon one, it's exactly the same. Everything is exactly the same, apart from the fact you've got an image of Aragon in the center with his name on it, same as you got Legolas. Okay, that's the back of the cards. Let's just turn the figures around to the front now, and let's have a look at the figures themselves. Okay, so I've zoomed in on Aragon, and you can see that is a very, very good likeness of Aragon from the film series as portrayed by Viggo Mortensen. It's a very, very good image, even down to his unshaven beard. So very, very good likeness. The hair is right, the eyes are right, the unshaven beard is right. He literally is pretty much spot on there. As with all the Mego figures, they are so well done, I've got to say. And he's in his clothes that he wore throughout the movie series, his black drape jacket with the silver undergarment, his brown belt, and there's his sword in his holster, and his black trousers and boots. So yeah, terrific figure. Again, what can I say? I think the detailing of Aragon's face, and the fact the whole detailing of his clothing as well, is just absolutely spot on. 14 points of articulation it boasts on the packet. We'll have a look at that in a moment. But let's also move over to Legolas, as portrayed by Orlando Bloom, and let's have a look at him. Although that's not bad for Legolas, it's not. I don't think it's as accurate as it is with Aragon, but it's still a very good likeness of the character Legolas, as I say, played by Orlando Bloom in the film series. And again, the detailing is exceptional. So he is an elf. You can see he's got his pointed ears, if you can just see that behind his hood, and he's dressed in his elf attire, which is his green hooded robe, a bit like Robin Hood really, and his brown and green and grey shirt, and he's got his bow and arrow to the side of him, and he's in his grey trousers and boots at the bottom there. Again, boasting 14 points of articulation. You can see the articulation on the hand there, as with all the Mego figures. But again, the detailing is absolutely superb on both of these action figures. I do think they're absolutely outstanding finishing and quality of these figures. Okay, now 14 points of articulation, the figures say, and they also say that they're 8 inches tall. Now if I just put a ruler in front of them, yep, so we're looking at 8 inches there, and if I just turn it round the opposite way, we can see that comes in at about 20 centimeters. If I just move it to where they are, yeah, 20 centimeters, which is 8 inches. So that's the standard size figure of all the Mego ones. Now, as you can see, they're still sealed in the packet and I can't take them out. However, I do have original Mego 1974 Mr. Spock figure here. Now he is obviously the same size. If we measure him up, there we go, 20 centimeters. His articulation is going to be exactly the same, which we get to in a moment. And we measure across, so we're looking at 7 centimeters across, and depth wise we're looking at about 4 centimeters, and they're all the same size, these figures. So articulation, that's 14 points. So we've got the head, we've got the shoulder going up, we've got the elbow which bends, and we've got the hand. So we've got 3 points on each arm, so that's 6, and plus the head is 7. We've got the turning of the waist, which is 8. We've got the leg, up of the leg, which is 9. We've got the knee joint, which is 10. And the same on this side, so that's 12. So where's the other 2 points? Okay, I'm not quite sure where the other 2 points of articulation are. Having said that, I mean, they're all the same, but the knee joints, maybe it's the feet. Oh, it could well be the feet on these ones. And being that they are, let's just have a look if I can see through the bottom of the packet. No, it doesn't look like the feet have got any different articulation. So it's possible that it might be on the arms. They might have more articulation on the arms because of the obviously they're updated figures. So it's possible that they are that they've got more articulation on the arm and that the arm may turn. I'm not quite sure, but the articulation, I can only count 12. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I can only count 12. So I'm not quite sure what the other 2 articulation is, but I'm not, obviously I can't open the figures to look at them because then they would no longer considered being new. So they have to stay sealed in the packet, unfortunately. So there we have it. Okay. Of course, it could also be that they're on a ball joint, so the articulation of the body doesn't just move round; it moves all over the place, side to side. So that they may be counting that in articulation, and was the same with the head, in actual fact. So because they're on joints, that you can move them all over the place. They're ball joints rather than locked arm figures like a lot of the smaller and larger action figures have. Okay, so that is the action figures, the Lord of the Rings action figures, produced by Mego in 2019, and are all based on the movie Lord of the Rings. Okay, how well did they do? Well, just like any of these Mego figures, they're all limited editions, and they all sold exceptionally well and very, very quickly. There was only, I think, 10,000 of each figure produced, so that is the run. So 10,000 worldwide, that was it. And then they finish, they move on to the next one. Part of that reason is to keep the figures collectible and to hold their value. So they only produce them in limited runs, and they're all individually numbered. So as I said, these two are 2035 for Aragon and 8399, which is the sticker on the actual packets there that you can see there at the bottom. So yeah, they've done exceptionally well. As with all these relaunched Mego figures, there was a massive demand for them when they come back on the scene, and they sold exceptionally well. All of the series literally sold out, and then they've gone on to produce different ones, again all in limited quantities and all relating to movies or television series. Actually, some are also related to singers and pop stars and so on. So there's quite a vast array of Mego figures that are currently being produced. Okay, let's move forward. Not very far forward, only 6 years to 2025, which is where we are today. Do these appear on the platforms? Well, they do, Not that many though, surprisingly, considering it's only a short amount of time since they were released. But perhaps everybody that got them does not want to part with them. So hence the reason why they don't come up very often. Occasionally you will see them on the platforms, but they will be demanding fairly high money, as with all these figures do that have long since been discontinued by the manufacturer and are no longer available. So the collectability becomes higher and the price just gets pushed up. So they do appear on the platforms, and not very often. But again, just be very careful if you're buying on a platform, because a lot of them use stock images, and even though you might see an image of a Cardiff figure like these, when you go to order it, if there's no new ones available, they automatically shoot to used items, and you could actually be ordering an item that is used or is out the packet, just a loose figure, or has previously been opened or what have you. So do have a good check on that before you actually commit to buying it, otherwise you could be disappointed. However, we at Midas Touch, we don't believe in stock photographs, so what you see in our website is exactly the items that you will receive when you purchase, and these two items are no exception. And these two items are, as of today, currently available to purchase on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to very simply by clicking the link below. It will take you straight to the website, where you'll be able to find these and many other Mego items, and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles. Come to that, there's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I am absolutely positive this is something that you're not going to want to miss, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new items which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there's something in particular you're looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky that you might want to buy for a friend, or perhaps just something from your childhood that you like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know, the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed reviewing this wonderful set of Lord of the Rings action figures with me. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next video. So bye for now.